JT, it's your boy Neal back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are at USA versus Australia coffee. Now, I'm not a coffee drinker, so I don't even know what coffee tastes like in the US because I don't like the taste of coffee. But we gonna hear from two people who do like coffee. Can Starbucks pull off a flat white? I feel like Starbucks should be able to. I feel like they should be able to pull off anything. But we're going to find out. And before we do, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Ring the notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Social media, Patreon, all up top. You can subscribe to any of it. Put all the links in the description. All you got to do is hit the link. Follow me. Talk to me. Human. I talk back. You guys got a favorite video suggestion? You can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. Oh my God!
Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. We're Jenny and Logan of the Two Traveling Kings.
If you're new here, we're Jenny and Logan. We're a couple of American millennials with a passion for travel. We spent 2 months traveling to 9 different countries on our way to live in Australia for a year.
So awesome.
We got to live and work in Sydney for a few months and really loved it. But then, COVID turned our world upside down. We had to cut our year in Australia short and head back to the US, and we really don't know when we'll be able to travel again.
Recently, our Australia vids blew up and we got a lot of comments about the Australian coffee culture. One of our favorite things about living in Australia was the coffee. So people are asking us if the coffee here was any good. Our favorite coffee in Australia was the flat white, and Jenny was pretty sad about having her last one in the airport before we flew home.
This is my final flat white in Australia. I will miss them so much. So today we're going to put American coffee to the test. We're going to visit Starbucks and a local cafe, try to get some flat whites, and see if they stand up to our favorites from back in Australia.
Flat whites are pretty hard to come by in the US, so we did our research ahead of time and we did confirm that Starbucks does serve flat white, and also the coffee shop that we're going to here in Raleigh also serves a good flat white called Sola Coffee Cafe.
Yes, so this is not a comparison of normal American filtered coffee to a flat white because that wouldn't be a fair comparison. So we did research, found flat white here, and we want to see if it's the flat white we know and love.
So let's go.
I'm very intrigued about this video. I've never had a flat white. Like I told you, I don't drink coffee, but I'm very intrigued to see if we can pull a flat white off like Australia can pull off a flat white, or if we're slacking.
Found flat white here, and we want to see if it's the flat white we know and love.
So let's go.
So first up today, we are visiting Sola Coffee Cafe, which is located in Raleigh. We heard about this cafe from Logan's childhood friend Devin, so thank you so much, Devin, for the recommendation. We happened to meet her there for lunch, and then on the menu, to our delight, we saw flat whites. So we got super excited, and we have technically had one before, but today we're going to put it to the test.
Sola Coffee Cafe.
And we've arrived.
The last time we were here, it was like a weird ordering process where we had to call. Maybe we'll be able to go inside this time. So we'll see what happens, but next time you see us, we'll have a coffee in hand.
And now we wait.
We got our first flat white coffee. Now, before we get into it, I want to talk about what a flat white is, as Americans aren't really familiar with it. So the easiest way to describe it is it's kind of in between a latte and a cappuccino. So a cappuccino is very foamy on top, and where a flat white is just a little thin layer of microfoam. So it's more coffee flavor, a little less milk, and that's why we love it so much. Comparing this one to Starbucks, it's a good little size cup, and it cost $3.65. It was $4.54 total.
Oh, the tip is $59. Did they just include the tip, or do you put that tip yourself? I don't know if I'm tipping off of because I went to go pick the stuff up. I didn't get like served. Like I came and I picked my coffee. So I don't know if I'm tipping or if that's mandatory tip. That's crazy.
And it cost $3.65. It was $4.54 total because of a 15% tip, helping out the small business. So let's look inside
right.
the
He
coffee.
decides to tip it. Shout out my guy.
So as you saw, there's a nice layer of foam on the top, but not too much, like a big frothy cappuccino. It smells really good. I don't know what kind of beans they use here at Sola, but
I can smell it.
I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. Perfect amount of milk on the top. Really good beans. A lot of coffee flavor. This is a good flat white.
Compared to the instant coffee I've been making at home, this smells like heaven. Oh, I'm so excited. That's pretty good. Maybe it's a little bit more watery and less rich, milky than what I remember the Australian flat white being.
Okay.
It's still good though. Oh, I missed him. Cheers.
So definitely a great start on our flat white journey. If you're in Australia, I don't think you'll be in Raleigh or North Raleigh and go to this little cafe. Good luck finding a flat white. But what you can find a lot of in the US are Starbucks. So up next, we're headed to a Starbucks to try their flat white and see how good it is.
So while we're on the way to Starbucks,
you definitely gonna find a Starbucks everywhere, and I mean like everywhere you will find a Starbucks.
Next, we're headed to a Starbucks to try their flat white and see how good it is.
So while we're on the way to Starbucks, I just wanted to point out the fact that neither of us are big Starbucks drinkers. We never buy Starbucks coffee. To be honest, I kind of think it tastes burned. It's just not my favorite. But we also wanted to parallel that with the fact that while we were in Australia, and from the comments from some of you, we've learned that Starbucks really didn't do well in Australia and isn't as much of a thing as it is here in the US. A couple of reasons for that. One, I think the biggest reason from what we've gathered is that Australia has a really awesome coffee culture, and that stems from the Italian and Greek influences from what people have said. So, they kind of didn't need a Starbucks. You can just go to any corner cafe in Australia and get amazing coffee, and it's probably going to be a lot cheaper than you'd pay at Starbucks. Now, on the contrary,
yeah, that Starbucks coffee is ridiculous. They be out here robbing people, bro. Starbucks be like legally robbing people. Like, coffee is not that expensive.
Amazing coffee, and it's probably going to be a lot cheaper than you'd pay at Starbucks. Now, on the contrary, here in the US, it's a huge thing. So very curious to see if the Starbucks flat white can hold its own. If you've been paying attention in this video, you've probably heard us mention Raleigh and North Raleigh, and if you know anything about American geography, that means we're in North Carolina. We're not going to dive too much into an update on our life in this video, but stay tuned because we will be updating you on some changes that have gone on in our life in the past couple of weeks. So stay tuned.
We'll do Starbucks.
We're figuring out how to use our new camera, so apologies if it gets blurry or is too bright sometimes. We would get a shot of what's in front of me right now, but I'll tell you, there's quite a long line. Starbucks is very popular. It's about 1:48 in the afternoon, so the coffee crowd's rolling in. But yeah, let's grab us a flat white.
This is what our camera is looking like, so we'll work on that.
Hey, welcome to Start. So can I get started for you?
Hi, could I get a tall flat white?
Tall flat white.
Yes, please.
Anything else?
That's it.
All right, $4.60 at the window.
Thank you.
$4.60 for a cup of coffee, bro. Like, what on earth are we doing? What? Who? And the fact that so many people will pay that, it's crazy. It's wild.
$4.60 at the window.
Thank you. $4.60. Let's see if it tastes like $4.60. Yeah, so tall is a small at Starbucks. I also just want to make the point that at the local coffee shop where you would expect better beans, it's only $3.65. So
exactly.
Let's see how this goes.
This is why we don't go to Starbucks, because I don't pay that much for coffee.
Hello.
And you shouldn't have.
Good. No thanks. Thanks.
For that little cup. $4.60 for that little cup. Quit disrespecting me, Starbucks.
Thanks. You too. Alright, so let's just get started with the size first. Definitely a lot larger for a tall Starbucks.
Never mind, my bad. My bad, Starbucks. My bad. I ain't mean to come at you like that. My bad. But I still wouldn't pay it.
Definitely a lot larger for a tall Starbucks compared to a small. So I get more free money for this one. Now let's take a look inside.
Looks wise, this one has a lot more white foam on top.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell how much foam there is, but it definitely doesn't have that rich coffee colored flat white topped look that we're kind of used to. So let's give it a try. That's really hot. Probably more foam than the other one. The coffee is really hot. I'm pretty sure I just burned my tongue. It's honestly, it doesn't have that much flavor. Like, it really doesn't have a nice rich coffee flavor. It tastes more foamy.
How's it compared to an Australian flat white? Because you said the last one was less milky richness.
Yeah. Compared to Australia, I'm gonna be honest, neither of them hold up to Australian flat whites. It's really just not the same. If I had to pick one of the two, this surprised me. I like it more than I thought I would because I really don't like Starbucks, but I would pick the local place. It just had a richer coffee taste. Now that I'm drinking this one, that one tasted better. That's just my humble opinion. You want to try?
The foam is like a cappuccino foam. A flat white's a nice micro foam, barely on the top. This is like a cappuccino. Even if they tried, they just really didn't get the flat white right at all. It lacks a rich coffee flavor. The beans are just kind of bland. The milk's not really, fatty and full and rich. Doesn't really do much for the cup of coffee.
These cups aren't being made with love. This coffee isn't being made with care. Know what I'm saying? They're making it in a way that they can mass produce it. But they're not making it in a way that they put some love into that cup. That they put some care into that cup. Like, I'm sure Australia, there's love in that cup. When you see that flat white, that beautiful flat white, I don't know how it looks in Australia, but I'm assuming that beautiful flat white, I'm assuming there's care. There's attention to detail. There's love inside of that cup.
The milk's not really, fatty and full and rich. Doesn't really do much for the cup of coffee. I'd say it's a $5 cup of hot water, a little bit of coffee, and a very sad milk foam on top. So, I don't know, Jenny. I think this is just awful. So, this small one, fantastic. Starbucks, you fail. Anyone expecting a flat white that goes to Starbucks, just don't get it. You're going to be let down. Put to the test, Sola wins.
Yay, Sola.
So that wraps up today's video. Thanks so much, everyone, for watching. Please like and subscribe. All of the comments, subscribed, have really helped out our channel these past couple months. Recommend more things for us to do. This was a really fun one. But yeah, keep an eye out for our next video. We'll give a nice update on what we've been up to.
I really like those two. But that's all we got for this one. If you guys got a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Social media and Patreon are all up top. You can subscribe to any of it. Put all the links in the description. All you gotta do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me. Love talking to you guys. You guys are the most incredible team on YouTube. It's your boy Neal. Out.